Hey y'all, what's up?
What's good, y'all?
Episode 2, Lit with the Loyals.
On and popping as usual. So today, matter of fact, let me adjust this a little bit. Make sure the queen and everybody in there. So anyway, so today, we decided that we was gonna come on here and kind of discuss the topic of support and competition and in the various ways in which they are kind of like manifested, through us expressing what we do on a daily basis.
Right.
You know what I mean? What's good, Taylor? How you be, bro? So we kind of want to talk about just the support and competition aspects of people who know one another when we're doing business. Like, everyone knows that Alicia and I are, burgeoning entrepreneurs in our own right. Some people know that we're accomplished authors. We've written like 14 children's books. We have a few published, a couple more being expected to be published this year. Now that Alicia has, delivered the baby and all. We have a couple of clothing lines. We have a few ventures that we're working on, and some other things that we got, expected to, manifest in the near future or whatever. But, it's one thing that we notice when we interact on social media is the commonality of us and other entrepreneurs or other people that we know who actually, experience the, I guess, the phenomena of people who they know competing with them or not necessarily supporting their position when they may actually support theirs and not attempt to be in competition. So what I mean by that specifically, for instance, and we're going to be real, just straightforward. There are some individuals that I know personally. There's some other individuals who I know who know other people that we have in common that sometimes tend to be in competition with us and other individuals just for the sake of being in competition. Now, let's be honest. There's nothing wrong with having friendly competition when you're in business, but there is a certain point where things can get counterproductive in the event that someone is just competing against you just for the sake of competing against you. And you can kind of speak to some of the things that we've either experienced or people that you know of.
We've experienced a lot. I'm one of those type of people. I'm gonna support you regardless. I'm not gonna block my blessings because somebody else want to do something different.
Thanks, Taylor.
Thank you. The truth of the matter is
peace,
it's
peace,
enough
Kyle.
for everyone to get a piece of the cake.
Yeah.
But people seem not to get that. They feel like, okay, well, if I buy something or support this person, they're going to have a little bit more than what I have. So I'm not going to support them. You can support people in many ways. It don't necessarily have to be financial. It can be sharing a post, coming to an event just to show your face, things of that nature. But some people won't even do that, but will have the audacity to get upset with other people when they don't get support.
Yeah,
and I don't get that for the life of me. And we are human. You can feel the energy when a person is trying to be in competition with you. You can feel the energy when it's fake love, it's fake support. And we're not saying this just
like directly
to anyone. We're just saying in general that's what we see. We see a lot of that.
Right.
I see a lot of that go on with other individuals that I don't even know. I mean, I could just be scrolling up Facebook and I would just see certain things. For instance, prime example. You can post something that's positive. You won't get one. You'll get 1 or 2 likes. 3, I say 5 at the most. Post some drama.
Right.
Post you and your man and broke up.
True
your
indeed.
house that got broken into.
True indeed.
You broke, busted, and disgusted.
Yeah. Now, what happened, man?
Everybody praying for you now, though.
Right. No doubt.
But when you doing well, everybody mute. When you doing positive things, nobody got nothing to say. And that's just the reality of it. And I don't understand why is it like that. It does not have to be like that. It's enough pie for everybody to eat.
Absolutely.
It's enough pie for everybody to eat. For example, I support people on social media I don't even know. I have spent money with individuals that I don't know. And it's a shame because the truth of the matter is, even with our clothing line, we have so much business that comes from strangers.
Oh, yeah, outside sources, like people we don't even know. Like,
I actually, right now, recently just went and picked up a huge shipment of brand new Children's Place clothes.
Yep, for True.
For True. Just one of our customers that just have been following us and things like that. Yeah. Just showing love.
True indeed.
You know, hey, you know what? I want to cash app you some money for Christmas for your kids. I really, you know, admire what you and your fiance is doing. You know, I want to show. I mean, these are people I've never ever met face to face in my life.
Like things you would never even expect to receive from someone who you don't have a direct connection to. But the people who you have known for like years or have had certain interactions or just got some type of I guess common connection with, you would think that they would be the individual who would have the most support for you, or like I said, just even so much as sharing or talking about your particular venture to someone else. It doesn't always have to be about money. And you know, there is a old saying, it's an old proverb, without me trying to go into detail. It's the crabs in the bucket type syndrome, where, you know, one crab makes it almost to the top and the other crab reaches up with his claw, grabs the leg and pulls it back down. And it's like not realizing that one crab that's actually striving to get to the top, if that crab is righteous, it can actually reach back. And I'll say person, I don't want to use the allegory of crabs, but a person could reach back and help you up, as opposed to you pulling somebody down and preventing them from getting to a certain point. Me, I'm like this, and this is why I love this woman, and I got such a strong connection with her. She's just as ambitious as I am. I'm one of the type of people where, I mean, as much as I, you know, and I'll say this with all humility, I don't really need a lot of support from individuals who don't want to give me support. Exactly. I would prefer to just let it be what it is, because I'm going to make it regardless. I'm one of the people that's not going to get up and give up, and where there seems to be no way, I always seem to make a way out of it. Number one, because I have that ability within myself, because I believe, I have faith in myself, and I know that I'm going to put forth the necessary actions to accomplish whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, when I first started Vicky Mac, everybody know where I was. I was on the inside of I was in the prison wall. You know what I'm saying? I was behind prison walls for a very long time. And, you know, that was a thought that I had in my mind for a long time, but I decided, you know what? This would be the best time for me to do it right now. I'm at the bottom of the barrel. I don't really have as much support as I need at this time. So I'm going to utilize my intelligence and my ability to manifest some things, create something to help myself get out of a situation. And that's what I did. I had a little bit of support from the beginning. I think it was just because of, oh yeah, you know, this guy, he really trying to, you know, make some things happen. He's locked up. It might be sweet. You know, it started off like, and I ain't gonna lie, I think it started off to a lot of people as a joke. They thought that what I was doing was just going to be something to do. So it was like, oh, okay, yeah, I support, bro. But once I began to become a little bit more reputable with my brand, and I began to sell a certain amount of product, there was people that I knew who actually would be talking bad behind my back. And I didn't understand it. It's like, wow, why would you try to bring down someone who is, number one, already at the bottom, but come, you know, striving righteously to climb to get to a higher place in life. But anyway, you know, without actually talking about myself, the goal was, and I want you to speak, baby. The goal of this particular, I guess, conversation or this episode was to just bring to the light and kind of speak on the subject of competition and support amongst peers and people who may know one another. It's not a bad thing to support somebody or assist them, or even so much as bring awareness to something that someone else is doing that may be beneficial to them. Everything is not always about money. You know what I mean? And let me say this too, and I'm going to back up off of it. There's also a good thing about having a certain degree of competition. Nothing wrong with friendly competition. You know, it's motivation for other individuals when you compete. That's a good thing. But when you get to the point where you're just competing with someone for the sake of competing with them, trying to make them be less of what they are, then that's when the problem comes in.
And then I think too, you have to watch out, and we just keep, first and foremost, we want to say, when we come on these segments, we're going to be flat out real about it.
True indeed.
We're not going to sugarcoat it, because we all adults, and it is what it is, and things are happening. Yeah. And some things need to be addressed. Now, keep in mind, this is nothing personal that we're worried about as a couple or a brand. We're just putting it out there because sometimes, you know, a person can be thinking a certain thing and just don't say it because, oh, we don't want to start any drama. We're not about drama. We're all about peace, but we're all about being real at the same time.
True indeed.
And the truth of the matter is, you also have to watch out for those that look like or seem like they're supporting you, but they're just going to support you just enough so that you don't outdo them.
Exactly.
And you have to be mindful of that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of that going on too.
Yeah.
You know, if every time you're dealing with a person and it's always about money, or it's always, I want you to buy this, or can you do this, or could you donate to this? And they know what you're trying to do, but they're not trying to give you any insight or help you cross the hump that you're trying to get over. You got to look at that.
Absolutely.
You have to look at that.
Absolutely.
Because what's for you is for you. And I ain't never known a person to work on something for a very long time and don't prosper in it.
It's true. You know, energy follows thought. And this is just basic wisdom. So anytime you think about something long enough or direct enough energy behind a specific thought, and you choose to consciously take steps towards effectuating that thought by manifesting what you're trying to do physically, it'll always come to the light no matter what the situation is. And that's from a good perspective. Well, I won't say good or bad. I'm going to say that's from a positive perspective or from a negative perspective. In other words, and I'm going to cut this really, really short because we didn't plan to make this segment long. Just take this as, you know, as a final word. If you really believe in yourself on any level, right, and you have no problem with doing the work and putting forth the effort in, there is nothing in this world that you cannot accomplish. The only difference between your thoughts, your actions, and your manifestation of what you're trying to accomplish is time. That's it.
Exactly.
So if you have any type of motivation to do something, be it negative or positive, preferably is positive, the only thing you have to do is focus your attention on it, put forth that action. It's going to manifest. No doubt about it.
Always. Always. And you just have to be mindful of the energy that's around you.
True, I mean,
you really have to be mindful, because you got people that'll pray for you, but you got people that'll pray against you.
Yeah, P-R-E-Y.
It's two different. I mean? It's two different things.
True indeed.
You can't let everybody pray over you, meditate over you. You just can't. And it's not about, oh, she acting funny, he acting funny. No, that energy is a bad. It's a bad thing. True, you know what I'm saying? And you have to be mindful of that. Everybody that's in your circle is not for you, especially if they see you going through something or trying to accomplish something and they're not willing to help you, and they're in a situation to help you. See, if you're not in a situation to help somebody, you just ain't in a situation to help somebody. But if you're in a situation to help somebody and you just honorably just say, forget it, I'm not going to do it, that's a problem.
And it's not necessarily help with, you know, money.
No,
it doesn't necessarily mean help physically with the hands. Help could just be a word. You passing something on to somebody else. Help could be you just giving somebody some encouraging words when they down and out or feeling some type of way. Help can come in many different forms, or support can come in many different forms. So we're not just talking about one form of support and competition. We're just talking specifically about individuals who actively strive to negatively impact other individuals, be it their words, their actions, deeds, thoughts, or whatever. So, you know, with that being said, we're going to close out. We just want to say we love everybody, you know, who support us. We appreciate, like I said, friendly competition. We love the motivation, and we're going to continue doing what we're doing. Hopefully individuals continue to support us. And honestly, I want to say this because this is something Alicia and I have talked about too. We don't want to just come on here and talk about it, like, for instance, with this subject, what other people are doing. We decided to consciously and actively begin supporting a lot of individuals who we've seen on our page, and who are, you know, friends, Facebook friends in real life, all of that, to support them in different ways too, because you only can get back what you put out. You know what I'm saying? And so we definitely want to let people know that we're going to actively participate in the same thing as well.
And at the end of the day, it's all about being righteous. It's all about being real about the situation and positive.
Yeah.
It's all about being positive.
True indeed.
You know, I see so much negative stuff going on social media and drama, and it's like, just cut that energy.
Yeah.
You are in control of your own happiness. You know, people going to talk about you whether you're doing good or bad. So you might as well just already get that in your head.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to talk about you. If you're doing good, she stuck up, he stuck up, they think they better. And if you're doing bad, they're going to talk down on you. So you have to, at the end of the day, do you, boo. Whatever the situation may be. But we're going to continue to display positive because we want people to see that.
Yeah.
It's not abnormal to be positive.
Absolutely.
It's okay. You know, everything does not have to be dysfunctional. Nothing's perfect, but it don't have to be dysfunctional. And, you know, sometimes I think people get caught up in the dysfunction of things and think that's normal. It's not. You can turn that thing around. But it's up to you. So we thank you all. We love you all. And we'll be back on next Sunday. With another topic.
Episode with another topic. And like I said, y'all feel, you know, up to it. You know, send us some topics. If y'all want to interact with these conversations, you know, feel free to chime in or whatever. We builders. So that's what we striving to do. We striving to connect with people, connect with the public, connect with our friends so that we can, you know, build some mental energy and produce some physical results. And that's where we at.
All right,
so until next time, we'll see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.